She divorced me by email. She ended her marriage with the click of a button, sending a single, emotionless email that spelled the end of years together. No phone call, no meeting, just a subject line that read, "It's over." He was halfway through his morning coffee when the notification blinked onto his laptop screen. At first, he didn't think much of it, just another message, maybe something from work or a friend. But then he saw her name. He stared at the screen, frozen. The email had no greeting, no warmth, just a few cold sentences that unraveled everything they had built together. After all the late-night talks, shared dreams, and silent forgivenesses, this was how it ended. No goodbye, no explanation, just an inbox notification that shattered his world. He reread it, hoping he had misunderstood, but the words were clear. She was done. His hands trembled as he realized the woman he loved had chosen silence over closure. His heart did a strange thing. It stuttered. They hadn't spoken much the past few weeks. Tension had lingered like fog between them, yes, but never in his worst moments did he think she'd go this far, or do it this way. He clicked the message, expecting maybe a vent, an apology, even an ultimatum. But what he got was a death sentence, quiet and cruel. "I've made my decision. I can't do this anymore. I'm filing for divorce. Please don't call. I need space." That was it. No greeting, no sign-off, no fight, no tears, no door slamming, just cold, silent finality. His eyes scanned the email over and over, trying to find something that wasn't there. A reason, a hint of love left, a thread to hold onto. But it was barren, sterile, like she'd scrubbed the emotion from her keyboard before typing it. His hand gripped the edge of the table. All the years they'd spent building a life together came crashing down into this. 3 lines of text and a request for silence. He remembered their first apartment, small. The chair creaked as he leaned back, staring up at the ceiling as if the answer might be written in the cracks. There were no shouts, no slammed doors, just the quiet hum of his inbox and the unbearable weight of being dismissed like a subscription she no longer wanted. He wasn't angry yet. Anger would come later. Right now, there was just the ache, that hollow, gut-wrenching ache of being left, not in a storm, but in stillness. He whispered her name to the empty room. It didn't echo back. The house felt too quiet now. It had always been a little too big for just the two of them, but now it seemed cavernous, like it had swallowed her whole, leaving only her absence behind. He stood slowly, walking toward the living room like a man underwater, everything around him muted and surreal. The framed photos on the walls seemed to mock him. Their smiles, once genuine and full of promise, now felt like ghosts frozen in time. He paused at one, her laughing in the sunlight, arms wrapped around his neck. That day had felt like forever. He reached up, touching the glass lightly, then pulled his hand back as if it burned. His phone vibrated on the counter. For a moment, he hoped, irrationally, that it was her. A follow-up, a mistake, a change of heart. But it wasn't. Just a delivery notification. Life moving on without him. He sat on the couch, elbows on his knees, head in his hands. The email was still open on his laptop across the room. 3 sentences had gutted him. 3 sentences that made the air heavier and the future emptier. He thought about calling her, ignoring her request, just to hear her voice, just to ask why, but he didn't, not because he respected the boundary, but because he was afraid. Afraid of hearing the same emptiness in her voice that was in her email. Afraid that maybe she was already gone in ways he hadn't even noticed. Had it really gotten that bad? Had he missed the signs? The way she stopped touching his arm when she passed by. The way she stared blankly at the TV without hearing a word. The way she had started saying, "I," more than, "we." Tears welled up, slow and uninvited. He hadn't cried in years, not even when his father passed. But now, in the silence of the living room they once painted together, he wept. And still, the inbox stayed quiet. There's nothing he could. Life goes on.
Meanwhile, across the city, She sat alone in the corner of a small, rented apartment, the kind that smelled faintly of bleach and new beginnings she wasn't sure she wanted. The moment she hit send, she had felt a fleeting rush of relief, like slipping off a heavy coat after a long winter. But it hadn't lasted. By the time she set her phone down and looked around the empty room, the weight of what she had done had already begun to settle on her shoulders. She thought freedom would taste sweet. Instead, it was bitter and sharp at the edges. She imagined him reading her words, his face crumpling in the way she had seen only a handful of times, the rare moments when he let the world reach inside him. Moments she used to protect, to cherish. Now she was the one who had hurt him. She told herself it was necessary. That things had been broken for a long time. That they both deserved better. But the excuses dissolved in the silence. And all that was left was regret, thick and suffocating. She curled up on the mattress laid directly on the floor, pulling a blanket around her as if it could shield her from her own choices. Memories flickered behind her closed eyelids, the way he used to leave her notes in her lunchbox, the times he stayed up late just to pick her up safely from a night out, the way he looked at her like she was the only thing in the room worth seeing. She had thought she had fallen out of love. Now she wasn't sure if she had fallen out, or simply gotten lost. Tears slipped quietly down her cheeks. She didn't wipe them away. She let them fall, let them soak into the pillow she gripped like a lifeline. Somewhere out there, he was sitting in the wreckage she had created with a few keystrokes. And she didn't know if she could ever undo it. By the time she knew what she had truly done, she was already living inside the ruins of her own regret.